What are you guys doing in there? Okay, so today we're taking a break from the Mustang content again. Instead, we're gonna be doing a modification on my stepmom's car. So a couple months ago, I told her that if she bought a mod for this car, I would install it for her. And to my surprise, she actually went ahead and did. So we got some new running lights for the Scion, and they were like $20 on Amazon, I think. They're not very expensive, so I'm not sure how the quality is gonna be. I've taken them out of the box and they seem like they're a pretty good fit, but I mean, it is Amazon, so you never really know. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that these lights kind of gonna go underneath the headlight here. So let me set the camera down and show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so most of the examples that I saw online kind of had these sort of going over the top of the headlight, but I think on this car, that would look kind of weird. Like these kind of have a Mustang GT headlight vibe going on. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is actually just run this guy down here. If it'll stick. Kind of like that. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't just pull the headlight out. I'm pretty sure I have to take off this whole bumper cover, so I'm gonna start wrenching. Got it. Ah! All things considered, this bumper cover is extremely easy to take off. I was kind of bummed out that I needed to take it off, but then there's literally just like 10 or 12 little screws that hold it on here. So anyway, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, so I don't even think there's like screws that hold in the headlight. Oh yep, there's the culprit right there. That one little screw. And I'm pretty sure that's the only thing holding this headlight in place right now. There might be something else underneath, I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the headlight out so that way I can stick the running light to the bottom of it. Well, and as I was wrenching, I actually realized that I forgot to introduce myself. So if you guys are new to the channel, my name's Kaidan. This is what I love to do. I love modifying cars, working on cars. I started this channel about a year ago. I had no idea what I was doing, but now I've got like a nicer camera, nicer computer to edit the videos and whatnot. And this is what I'm doing. So if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and leave a like down below. All right, let's get back to it. Okay guys, so I've got the headlight out of the car. Oh, it's over here by the OG ripstick. Now I'm gonna go ahead and figure out how I'm gonna mount that light onto this. I'm really just full sending it right now. Well, that was pretty easy. So I basically just peeled off this little piece of double-sided tape and then I just stuck it kind of around this edge. So if you guys are out there with a Scion TC, I would recommend doing it like this. I think it's gonna look pretty sweet. So now, what I'm thinking is that when this goes back into here, the light will just kind of squeeze underneath the bumper over there. Now we're running into a problem here. Okay boys, so this install is slowly but surely becoming more and more involved. Not only have we had to remove the whole bumper to get the headlights out of here, but I have decided that I'm going to take a grinder to this fender. Now hear me out. This daytime running light is so close to fitting in its spot, but this one tiny lip on the fender is keeping this from tucking into the bumper nicely, so I'm just gonna cut it off. I mean, I don't really see a better option here. That's just where we're at with it. We're just gonna full send it. I really hope I don't mess this up. Oh, it is so close. You know what? I think we're just gonna send it like that, because that is very, very close to the outcome I was looking for. Okay, boys, I'm starting to get really excited about how this is coming out, because when I started cutting, I got a little bit nervous. I was like, oh God, I'm like really just cutting into this fender, but look at this. It tucks in right here, so it doesn't go all the way up to the back, but I mean, that kind of wasn't really an option because the running light wasn't even long enough to begin with. So it tucks in kind of in the middle of the headlight, and then it kind of comes out, swings down, and goes all along the bottom. That is just gonna look so sick. It's a little bit droopy right here, but the bumper is going to come right up to it, so it should help keep this tucked nicely. And I'm also going to try to squeeze this in just a little bit further because it kind of pokes out just a little bit, but that's honestly just like a very minor detail. It's not something you're going to notice on the road or anything like that. Okay guys, so I'm a complete dingus. And I just realized that there's a major flaw with my design. So the way that I have this hooked up currently, I have the wire part going in here, but the problem is that when you turn the sequential light on, it starts at the wire and goes down. So as of right now, the sequential light is going to be going inward, and I want the sequential light to be going outward. I think I'm going to try to find a new way to wire this up. I'm pretty sure that I can just swap this around and have it face the other way, but I'm worried that this tape isn't going to stick on here very well. Like, I was already having trouble getting it to stay when I was trying to install the light, so I might need to like get some super glue action going or something. I'm not sure, but as is, just right now, these lights are going to look pretty sick. So worst case scenario, if I need to install them like this, I just won't wire up the sequential light, but I'd kind of like to have the sequential light considering that these are the sequential turn signal running lights, you know? So we're gonna try to figure something out. That seems to have worked. It's going to be a little bit trickier to wire this up, but I should be able to just get some sort of extension on the end of these so that way I can wire them into the wiring harness. And the side, of course, kind of tucks in nicely once the cut ends, and then it just kind of seeps out of there. Okay, so quick update. We were trying to find a fuse that was coming on when you would turn the key on. We found one that was going to work, but then my little adapter thingies for the fuses were not going to fit inside these tiny fuse spots. So then we kind of started looking for other sources of power, and we found this switch inside the car. So this center wire is a hot wire that gets power when you turn the key on. And I was like, oh, that's freaking perfect. So we're going to wire it into the seat heater switch and then run the cable up underneath the dash and out of the firewall. And so my next problem was that I couldn't find a spot for the power to come out of the car. And so then if you look under here, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this on camera. Oh, you see that? A little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. That's where the wire is gonna go. I'm gonna quickly splice and solder the power into this, and then I'm gonna wire it up using this yellow wire. It's gonna run underneath this dash panel, come out behind the gas pedal over there, and go up through the ether of the firewall, and then I'll figure out where it comes out. I honestly have no idea where it's gonna come out because I can't tell where that hole leads to. Somewhere around here. I'll find it. Once that comes out, I'll lead that wire over here around the air box. I'll splice it into this one. Also, this is like drooping a little bit, don't mind me. And then I'll splice it into the other side, and then that'll be the power for the daytime running light. It was a big, long process, but I'm almost done. Sounds like there's a lot, but there's not. Okay boys, so I got all that wired up. Luckily, you can't even tell that I had this switch all pulled out and everything. I think it's gonna work great. So now, all these wires are gonna get tucked back up, but I need to go ahead and try to poke this through the firewall.
Yep, that's it. I got it.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So it's under it's on this side of the heater core hoses. I would suggest just popping it up under, yeah.
Ow. It's a stupid thing. I'm just fighting the coil.
I'm fighting a wild snake. He's gonna bite me. He's angry. Don't try this at home. It's one of the most poisonous types of snakes you might ever see in the wild. I'm gonna poke it with a stick. I've got him.
I've got the power wire run down to here, so I'm gonna splice the two sides together. I'm probably gonna run a wire from the other side to this kind of central headquarters. and then I'm gonna test it before I bolt everything back up. I also need to splice in the turn signals. We're getting there. Oh, yes. Okay, so that means that my wiring job was only a little bit of a hack job, but it is, at least on this side, it's working. That's a relief, and it's a good thing that the turn signal actually works. And I'm glad that I decided to flip it around too, because originally it would have been going this way, and that would have just looked terrible. So this light will come on when the keys are turned on, so now I've just got to wire this one in, finish wiring up the other one, and then I'll be done. I'll just put the bumper back on. Heck yeah. test. Look at that. That's sick. That came out way better than I thought it was going to. What do you think, Dad?
I think it lights up the lenses. It's badass.
Yeah.
She is gonna really like it.
All right, so I just need to put a little bit of electrical tape on the passenger side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just plug all the harnesses back on this one, and then put the bumper back on, and then I'll show you guys the look afterwards. It's gonna be sick. To install that panel still, but that's just the radiator cover. But you know what, I'm getting impatient, so I'm just gonna do that off camera. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the final look. Alright, I want to show you guys something. So this last weekend I was finishing up my calculus class, and I saw that it said final exam due Friday, and I just assumed that I'd be able to take it as soon as I finished like the previous thing or whatever. So last night, instead of editing this video, I was prepping to take this exam, and then I realized that when you click on it, oh, hold up, it's gonna have me log in. When you click on it, it doesn't actually give you access until Thursday because there's a password that she's not gonna release until Thursday. So I spent all this time preparing to take this, and then I ended up not taking it. So originally I wanted today's video to come out yesterday, but then I just kind of screwed up, and so like here we are. I also didn't get a chance to make an edit with the car. Like I wanted to get some cool shots of like my stepmom driving in her Scion TC and me like recording from my dad's Ford Explorer, like, oh, look at those lights. But that night it kind of got dark and it wouldn't have really shown on camera, so I might still do that. Maybe I'll put it at the beginning of the next video, but comment down below if you want to see something like that. If you liked today's video, be sure to leave a like down below. Consider subscribing for more car content. Browse to the channel if you're bored and you're stuck at home during quarantine, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and dream big.